Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. What's very strange about this, you can see me talking at very fast pace, but actually I'm not. The problem, the problem is for this first part, um, the audio got absolutely messed up. I was talking about how the image of this cat is a bit pixelated at first. Um, First things first, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. You should be watching this on Christmas Day. If you are watching it any other time, Merry Christmas to you anyway. So, whatever. I look like I'm doing quite a bit of talking in this, and I am. It is what it is. Basically, I'm just going through all of the different bits on this. I am complaining. Yeah, I'm complaining about the loses 1 HP when invincibility is triggered on the battlefield. Maximum of 1 HP can be lost each round. The rest is all irrelevant. It doesn't do altogether too much with the build that we run in this video. Again, it's just very... it's toxic for me personally. I said I was going to log a complaint, and you'll see me take a screenshot at some point. But this is toxic. Invincibility. There's only 2 units in the game. One was released last season, and one has been released this season. The first unit is Gaia, and you'll see that we go into Gaia in just a second. But we also do try Hecate as well. The problem with Hecate is that you need her at 9 stars and above to trigger her invincibility every 3 rounds rather than every 4 rounds. Every 4 rounds, she doesn't kill the cats. Every 3 rounds, she has the potential to. That's the screenshot. That's the screenshot right there. Again, it is frustrating that the audio has gone. We're just going through. Each time an ally or enemy, excluding someone, dies, the ultimate's coefficient is reduced by 50%. And Holy Shield at the start doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Now, this is a team that I used in the build-up, so between 91 and 99. I then pause and I jump into the team build that I saw via the Discord. So if you're not joined the Discord, go and jump on it. This is the team build that I got from there using Gaia. It's okay. It does the job, but this is all based on RNG. This particular build, anyway, it's all based on RNG. You need Gaia to hit the boss on every possible occasion that you can. It is all RNG based. Like, you will get through Nightmare 100 with this exact team setup. Elma, Atrops, Ophelia, and Dahlia as well. Everybody else does seem to be using Elisha. And spoiler alert, so do we. At the very end of this video, you'll see exactly why Elisha is the nuts. Like, even at 1 star there, she... Oh, sorry, 6 star technically. She is the nuts. Really. It's so powerful, so powerful. But the reason that I attempted to use Gaia in the first instance is to show how difficult it is to beat this boss without that invincibility triggering. If you can get it so that the invincibility triggers that many times, please let me know how you did it. I would be very interested to see if anybody can kill these cats using invincibility triggers. It is what it is. So this was, by the way, this was like a 40-minute video, and I have sped it up quite drastically in order to in order to re-record over it. I'm not spending 40 minutes going through everything that I said again. Basically, what I was saying here is the 4 units, Ophelia, Atrops, Dahlia, and Elma, you should all have copies of. If you don't, then you should prioritize getting those units as quickly as possible. The final unit needs to be one of the new units, or needs to be a unit from last season, specifically Gaia, specifically Elisha. And the reason for that is because of the power creep. Here I'm just showing off its damage boost of 1,000% increase if you can get all of those corrode stacks on. If you can get up to 100 corrode stacks, the entire team gets 1,000% damage boost. So very, very strong. And I was explaining the difference between damage and attack. Said that I would do a video on that, and I still will. I'm going to do a full breakdown on exactly why there is a difference between damage and attack. Now, we do go through the entirety of the first 15 rounds just to see how much damage we actually get done in this. Is not a lot, to say the least. It is not a lot. You know, typically, if Gaia does hit, she will do a lot of damage. But as you can see, we're doing 2,900 million there, damage-wise. It is what it is. Like, there's no two ways about it. It is what it is. You don't do a lot of damage with Gaia, especially when she doesn't hit. So she hit there, she did 3,000 million. Dahlia to do, 3,000 million here. Elma did even get in on the damage, and then we even got a 15,000 million damage from Gaia herself as well. So as you can see, the damage does start to rack up, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Not without another unit applying corrode. That's the only thing I could suggest. If you do have Gaia and you don't have Elisha, I would 100% suggest putting in Lancelot, putting in I think Emily also, if you have her exclusive runes. But Lancelot is really, Gaia and Lancelot, both of those should be able to take this down, especially with the Mystifier's artifact, or both of them, the Sinful Band and the increase Mystifier's attack by 300%. As you can see, Gaia hit, and she did a ton of damage. Like, she did, it's probably about a fifth of health, but we're at round 13, if you have a look. So, too little too late, unfortunately. If Gaia was to hit that much, that often, we would see significant damage increase, but she just doesn't. She misses almost every time. Even Dahlia doing effectively a pitiful 18,000 million. You'll see what I mean by pitiful. We try a number of times now. Keep jumping in, keep repeating the same thing. If you do go back, you can see that we did get to very, very low health on one of these attempts. I believe it was the previous attempt. Now, I didn't see, but yeah, I think it was the previous attempt that we did. We sit through a couple more of these, and it does show the variance in damage that you can get. Typically, we'll get it down to about a fifth health, but sometimes we get it down to lower than that. We get it down to very, very low health once. It's super sped up, but there you just saw we could get it down to half health this time round. Again, I try and I persist, but at the end of the day, there's one unit which will seal the deal for you. 100%, it will seal the deal for you, and it is Elisha. I'm not gonna lie, she is the one of the most broken units that has come out in a very, very long time. I am absolutely in love with Elisha. Dahlia, I think now. I still think Dahlia is top one. Sorry, top two. So she's in contention for first place, but Elisha is just so strong. She's just so strong in all aspects of the game, PvE, PvP, even sort of like not your bog standard missions, but your boss missions as well. Elisha really does. She does the business, you know. So I paused it here. I attempted a couple more times, didn't work out. Tried building an Avengers team. I was under the impression that Hecate, with the amount of damage that she was going to do, would be able to get this guy down. And plus, I wanted to test out the invincibility as well. So you'll see, we gained invincibility in this first round, but we do not retain it. Unfortunately, we just don't do enough damage. We don't do nearly enough damage. Like the build up from the Glorians, we're getting 4,000 million attack wise, but it was much less than I thought we were going to get. It was really quite disappointing actually, because all the way through, Hecate has been a massive damage dealer, and if you can get her to survive for long enough, she will build up to that 100, or I think it's, yeah, she'll build up that 100 million additional attack. Plus, then she'll build up from the Grace of Hunters, and she will also benefit quite greatly from the Strikers synergy as well. So I thought, was under the impression that using Hecate, we would be able to pass it no problem. And the logic behind it was last season we were able to pass through with absolutely no issue, using Gaia, using Elisha, even Arthur to an extent. But I still think that Hecate, she's fantastic for mobs. Like for example, all the way through, I could have used Hecate in this back middle slot for the duration of the entire thing, but I didn't. I decided to use other teams, other builds, test out various different team builds, and it's worked out quite well actually. But again, using Hecate here, she just doesn't do enough damage to this boss specifically. Even the invincibility doesn't trigger her. I tried using Atrops. As you can see, she's on the back right at the moment. Trying to build up as much as possible, but again, just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. So eventually caved. Used this team. Changed up all the relics. Took everything out. Again, it was giving me all of the Doom stuff, but it's not Doom stuff you need. I promise you that it is not the Doom stuff you need. These are not the artifacts that you want. It is the artifacts shown previously. So if you want to pause it on these artifacts right here, these are the ones that you want. And the relics as well. They're all in there, but you'll see now. Elisha's going to pop off. Now that's when my wife came in. So my wife came in midway through recording. I think that is what has messed up the sound, because I had to pause it, go out of the app to pause the run, and then come back in. Fortunately, we still retained the footage, but again the audio was gone. So what I'm going to do, I think this is it. I think it's going to be one of the final rounds. I just want to say thank you very much for sticking with me over Christmas. Again, Elisha is the key to this event. She's just so strong, and she will remain strong for a very long time to come, with the amount of stacks that she gives and the fact that it gives percentage-based increases. Just so strong. Like there, right there, she's outputting more damage than Dahlia. And on this one, it's just mental. Like you can see my eyebrow going, yeah. It is what it is. Like look at that damage. It's just mental. Damage that the boss needs to take. It's just crazy. So this is where I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and have a good one.